Tonight we come to you from the beautiful city of Almaty in Kazakhstan. This country is massive. It's rich in oil and natural gas and bordered by Russia on the north and China to the east. Almaty is located in the southeast corner of Kazakhstan and has a population exceeding 1.5 million people. It's a beautiful, beautiful place surrounded by mountains and the site of tonight's Lopez Promotions World Championship Boxing. Hello again, everybody. I'm the Colonel Bob Sheridan, and welcome to Kazakhstan. This should be a very, very exciting night. This place is beautiful. The sightline is fantastic. And, of course, boxing in Kazakhstan with the likes of Beibut Shumanov and Triple G, Gennady Golovkin, it's buzzing. Joining me for the telecast is the Hall of Fame broadcaster, Bob Alexander. And, Bob, it's quite a lineup we have in quite a unique place.
It's going to be a great night of boxing, Colonel. We are looking forward to the main event, of course. 12 rounds in the junior middleweight division, several titles up for grabs. The WBA and WBO Intercontinental Junior Middleweight titles and the UBC World Junior Middleweight titles. It's going to be 12 rounds scheduled, and it's going to be the hometown hero, Kanat Islam. He is going to be taking on the challenge of Patrick Alote from Ghana. Also on tonight's card, the co-main event, 8 rounds in the welterweight division. It'll be another hometown hero, Zanabek Alinkanule. He'll be taking on Milton Nunez. Our opening bout of the evening is going to be 6 rounds in the light heavyweight division. We'll have Jankash TURAROV taking on Isaac ARYEE from Ghana.
And before we get to the TURAROV ARYEE fight, we want to talk about our main event for just a moment. Bob, we've got a kid born in China, lives in the United States, coming home to fight in Kazakhstan for the first time. Got to be exciting for him. And the kid from Accra, Ghana, from the Zuma Nelson Boxing Gym, big thrill for him to be fighting here as well.
They're well-matched fighters, Colonel, and I tell you what, when you come here tonight, there's a little bit of pressure on both sides because you've got a hometown crowd rooting for Kanat Islam. Sometimes that puts pressure on a hometown fighter. Then you've got the guy coming in all the way from Ghana. He has barely no fans here, so he's going to hear a lot of boos and a lot of catcalls. He has to put that out of his head because he's going for a world title tonight.
All right, we're all set for our first fight of the evening, so let's go up to our ring announcer, Mike Marco.
scheduled for 10 rounds in the welterweight division.
Ardaq tağayın edişi бұл жекпе-жек 66 келі салмақ дәрежесі және 10 раундтық кездесу.
The judges scoring this bout from ringside, Rick Bays, Don Ballas, and Serik Yemazgangambetov.
Ендеше ардақ тағайын төрешілермен таныс болыңыздар. Don Ballas, Serik Yemazgangambetov, Ricardo Bays.
The third man inside the ring this evening will be referee Tommy Kimmons.
Бүгінгі кездесудің ринг ішіндегі төреші Tommy Kimmons.
Introducing first, the man fighting out of the red corner.
Шаршалаңның қызыл бұрышындағы боксшымен таныс болыңыздар.
He steps between the ropes this evening wearing black with white.
Қара және ақ шортыда.
He weighed in at 66 kilograms, 145 pounds.
Оның салмағы 66 келі.
His record 24 victories, opposite 8 defeats.
24 кездесу өткерген, 8-сінде жеңіске жетіп, 12-сін нокаутпен жеңіске жеткен.
Fighting out of Accra, Ghana.
Accra қаласы, Ghana елінің өкілі
Isaac Time ARYEE. His opponent awaits across the ring and fights out of the blue corner.
Шаршалаңның қызыл көк бұрышында тұрған батырымызбен таныс болуға дайынбыз.
He wears white trimmed with blue.
Көк және ақ шортыда тұрған боксшымыз.
His official weight 66 kilograms,
Salmağı.
145 pounds.
Салмағы 66 келі.
His record flawless at 19-0 with 13 wins via knockout.
19 кездесуін өткізіп, 13-інде нокаутпен жеңіске жеткен батырымыз.
Fighting out of Almaty, Kazakhstan,
Алматылы, Қазақстан!
TURAROV.
Gentlemen, this is a 10-round fight, and you received your instructions. I want to remind you, this audience is here to watch you fight, so keep it clean. Touch him up.
All right, as you take a look at the tail of the tape, a little bit older is TURAROV. Height's exactly the same, weight's the same, and the reach, no difference really. An inch difference in favor of ARYEE. 10-point must scoring system, no standing 8 count, there's no 3 knockdown rule. A fighter cannot be saved by the bell in any round, only the referee can stop the fight. Get into any accidental fouls, Bob Alexander and I will cover that for you. Here we go, round number 1. TURAROV in the white trunks, and in the black trunks is ARYEE.
It's going to be interesting to see if they choose to box this round or get into some kind of a slugfest, because they erupted into a slugfest yesterday at the weigh-in, so there is some bad blood between these two.
Well, the undefeated fighter TURAROV, 200 amateur fights, turned pro in Kazakhstan with a knockout win over Talant Yukev in February of 2009, and he ran off 19 straight wins, so this guy can bang. The kid from Ghana, good professional fighter, turned pro in 06. Lost 4 of his first 5 professional fights. Then he went on a tear, winning 14 of his next 15 through January of 2013. And then he's won his last 5 fights in a row. It's a WBA welterweight fight at 147 pounds. It was originally scheduled for 10. It's now an 8-round fight.
Neither fighter landing anything really of significance so far, Colonel. They're just kind of feeling each other out, looking for an opening.
TURAROV has that nice jab, though, and, you know, he's able to get it through. The other guy bangs him with that right hand. Ghanaian fighters do very, very well in their own country, and then they come outside. Sometimes they have a little bit of problem. This guy looks like a good boxer. His last 3 losses have all been for minor titles. He fought in Russia, Benin, and the UK. Talking about ARYEE, who has the red gloves on, and TURAROV has on the blue gloves. Turarov likes to use that shoulder. Tommy Kimmins from Florida, the USA.
Stop!
An Army veteran fighter. And see, right away, Tommy jumps on him using that flipper.
Tommy's a good referee coming over from Pensacola, Florida, a Florida Boxing Hall of Famer, went inducted this year. Very quality referee.
Real gentleman, former Army amateur champion. Florida produces a lot of very good referees, and that's why the promoter, Nelson Lopez, has him here. Nice uppercut by Turarov. Oh, right hand, got Turarov. Aryee's no slouch. He gets squared up a little bit, but he's all business. I'm the Colonel Bob Sheridan. Working with me is Bob Alexander, Boxing Hall of Famer from Florida. Our principal's in there in the white trunks is Turarov, and Aryee in the black trunks from Ghana. Solid right hand, followed up by the left hook by Zunkor Turarov.
Turarov needs to be careful. He's got that Tommy Hearns-like style, that old crunk style, with that left hand down low. That could lead to a big right hand.
Quick hands, though, Bob, as the bell sounds, ending the first round. I got to go with Turarov in that one.
It was close, but I agree with you. I think Turarov was the winner.
Judges, by the way, for this fight, Rick Bays from the state of Florida in the USA, Don Bayless from Florida in the USA, and a Kazakhstani official whose name I will not attempt to pronounce. Our promoter is Nelson Lopez, and we're streaming live on www.nelsonspromotions.com. And we're also going live to the USA, Turkey, China, Kenya, Rwanda, Malawi, and of course Kazakhstan. And we're glad that you can be with us here. This Almaty Sports Complex is something else. The place is packed. There's over 15,000 people in here.
Standing room only, and when you saw the shot on the opening of the outside when it's all lit up, it is a gorgeous facility.
Everything is brand new. A lot of anxiety leading up to the start of the show, but somehow or other they pulled it off. They jumped the gun a little bit, but it's okay. We got it underway. This is round number 2. It's scheduled for 8. Aryee again in the black with the white trim. Turarov trying to just use some defense on the ropes, and he gets clipped a couple of times. There he is using that shoulder again. He likes to do that. He's already been warned once by referee Tommy Kimmins. See him again with that flipper. Tommy will warn him again, and then he'll give him a hard warning, and then he'll have to take a point away.
2 nice jabs in there a moment ago by Turarov.
Problem for Tommy is that I guarantee you Turarov, who by the way lives in Pahokee, Florida. He's one of the Nelson Lopez senior fighters. Nelson signed these guys from Kazakhstan, and these kids can fight.
Showed his chin just a moment ago as Aryee landed a nice left hook, and it really didn't even move Turarov.
There's that jab again in the face of Turarov. Right there, the jab is accurate. Turarov bounces it off the forehead again. A couple of light jabs by Aryee, but Aryee's got to throw something behind it as Turarov loads up the right hand. And again, the right hand. These guys like to go with right hand leads, and they know how to sit down in their punches. And they get that from watching the films of Triple G, Gennady Golovkin. A nice stiff jab that time by Aryee. Right back with a solid shot. Turarov. So back and forth we go. Isaac Aryee is game enough. Short with those punches. Well, that's the positioning that Turarov has to an advantage. He leans in without throwing punches. I don't like to see fighters do that, Bob. When they do it, more often than not, they get nailed, and they get nailed with an uppercut coming in. You don't want to enter the kill zone unless you're throwing.
Yeah, a lot of times these guys forget about defense, and they come in trying to land their favorite punch, and the next thing you know, they take an uppercut or a left hook, and they're down on their back.
Well, one thing I noticed from they're very, very confident, these kids from Kazakhstan. Some shoe shine punches and then back upstairs. Aryee hanging in there pretty good with about 27 seconds left in round number 2 in the Schedule 8 round affair. As the uppercut landed again. This guy's got a solid chin, though. He gets cracked by the right hand. He misses a lot of shots, Bob. TURAROV seems to be much more accurate. The battle right to the bell. In the middle of all that, ARYEE got a nice right hand in there, but the bell ends round number 2. Got to score that for TURAROV again.
Yeah, TURAROV showing off his counter-punching skills that time, moving his head very well in the corner. ARYEE throwing a lot of punches, but not landing a whole lot of punches. Taking a look at a replay here from some of that action that we saw toward the end of the round. You see a nice right hand there by TURAROV, another nice right hand. Tried the left hook, landed a little bit high on the head, but you can see, as the Colonel was saying, the more accurate punches in that round were coming from TURAROV.
TURAROV as well, Bob, has a tendency, he uses that elbow as a flipper to the left side, and he also leans in with his head, so there's a danger of these heads coming together before this fight is over. We're getting ready to head to round number 3. That's Tommy Kimmons, the third man in the ring. Here we go, round 3. The Colonel Bob Sheridan here with Bob Alexander. We're in the Almaty Sports Complex in Almaty, Kazakhstan. And this is a beautiful place. Kazakhstan is no slouch. They're very rich in oil and natural gas, and it's a beautiful place.
Colonel, my first day here, I got up, I opened up the balcony and looked outside. There were mountains. It's absolutely gorgeous here.
And then they train their Olympic team here with a ski jump. And they've got a big international ski jumping contest coming up here. We went by that the other day. Well, the other day, I've been here for a day.
You ever wanted to ski jump, Colonel?
No, that's one thing. I rode bulls one time, but not ski jump. This is round 3. TURAROV in the white trunks, getting that jab through there. He comes in like this again. Remember I said he comes in, he likes to use the flipper, but he enters that hit zone without throwing, can be dangerous. If ARYEE picks it up and sees him all sitting in there, he's got to cut loose. I mean, really sit down on a punch and try to catch him coming in.
Well, it's pretty obvious that ARYEE wants to land that big right hand, and the way that TURAROV is holding that left down, that is a danger when you fight that style.
Well, he can land it because, again, TURAROV makes a mistake of waltzing in. You know, he's 19-0 with 13 KO, so he's not going to change his style until somebody catches him pretty good. And ARYEE, by the way, he's got 22 knockouts with his 24 victories. ARYEE takes a shot to the right side of his head. TURAROV loads up the right hand. See what I mean, Bobby really does hang that left hand. So when a guy does that to you, what ARYEE has to do is circle to his right, sneak off that shoulder and blast him with a blindside shot. But here's TURAROV picking up the pressure. It's not going well for ARYEE right now. Now he gets into it. And the crowd, folks, they love it here. They're real boxing fans in Kazakhstan.
They're seeing some good action here tonight at this brand new arena.
Not just Gennady Golovkin from Kazakhstan, but Beibut Shumanov has been a 2-time world champ. And that's inspired a lot of young fighters. These guys have dozens and dozens, I dare say, hundreds of amateur fights before they turn professional. So they're well-schooled.
Box out of it. Work at it. Wait. Stay clean.
And as you mentioned, ARYEE is no slouch. As an amateur, he had 90 fights. He was an African regional champ, so he comes in here well prepared as a professional.
And again, his last 3 losses were all for minor titles, but that'll show you the style of fighters and the caliber fighters that he's been fighting. Right now, TURAROV is having his way as the bell ends round number 3. Another TURAROV round. I got him pitching his shutout right now.
There you see a great shot of the standing room only crowd here at the Almaty Arena, enjoying their boxing and making a lot of noise They've waited a long time to get this, the first event ever in this brand new arena. And there is Kanat Islam arriving here at the arena. And you can hear the cheers of the crowd. They're seeing it on the Jumbotron. A confident looking fighter trying to get a world championship this evening, the UBC junior middleweight title.
It's not a big title, but it can lead to rankings in the WBO and the WBA because the Intercontinental Junior Middleweight title is on the line beside that UBC title. All right, here we go. This is round number 4. Again, it's scheduled for 8. It's a WBA welterweight fight. Zankosh Turarov in the white trunks with the blue trim, the colors of the country of Pakistan, and in the black and white is Isaac ARYEE from Accra in Ghana, the home of Azuma Nelson. Azuma Nelson, the Hall of Famer, known as the Professor. And a lot of these fighters from the Azuma Nelson gym actually get to work with Azuma.
One of the great champions of the last 20 years, Colonel.
Oh, absolutely. I remember doing his fight against Jeff Fennick when he had the flu, very bad flu. They gave him the decision. The people in Australia went nuts, so he went down to Australia and fought Jeff Fennick and destroyed him in Melbourne.
Jeff Fennick was never the same after that.
But a great champion and in many halls of fame.
Indeed.
Again, round 4. Again, Turarov, the Kazakh fighter who lives in Bohoki, Florida. Born in Akol, Kazakhstan. Sort of having his way outboxing ARYEE. ARYEE is very tough. He's skilled. Looks slightly outclassed by Turarov from what I can see to this point. Only in the 4th round. This is scheduled for 8. And you look at the body of ARYEE. Could you possibly have any tighter skin around your stomach than he has?
Well, I'd pay a lot for a body like that. Never happened.
So he's put the work in. And Turarov has what I would say is a perfect. Well, he got hit to the body, I think, and went down and took a knee. They give him up to 5 and 6. I don't know if he wants to continue. He must have got hit to the body at some stage and just went down to take the knee. I didn't see it, but Turarov has been teeing off on him. Oh, yeah. Behind the right elbow in the area of the liver, he hurt Turarov, and Turarov, ARYEE was smart to take the knee, so he scored down in the 4th round.
That's a delayed reaction knockdown. I think any boxer will tell you they'd rather get hit in the head 10 times than one great body shot.
I'll never forget Bernard Hopkins' knockout. Oh, he's hit again, and he goes down. It's up to 4 and 5 and 6. Let's see if he wants to get up again. He may not be able to get up. It's all over. Tommy Timmons counts him out. He was down twice, both liver shots. It scored as a 4th round knockout win for Zankosh Turarov. Now, Bob, I'm going to be real interested to watch very closely the replays. First one I was quite sure was a liver shot, and then he just accumulation of body shots. And ARYEE just, it looks so bad when a fighter does that, but any fighter, any boxer, anybody that's been around the sport knows it's brutal when you get hit in that area. So we'll look for it during the replay. Nonetheless,
very disciplined performance by Turarov, except for the part where he had his left hand too low. He took his time, measured his man, started going to the body. It's hard, Colonel, and you know this very well. It's hard to have a young fighter, 25 years of age, and make sure that he goes to the body. Body punching can be such a lost art in this day and age. Everybody wants the big headshot, but that was a great performance as far as sticking to a game plan, using those body punches, which I'm sure they worked on in the gym.
I started talking about the great shot of Bernard Hopkins against Oscar De La Hoya, but I get distracted watching our fight here and watching for this body shot again. So it was De La Hoya and Hopkins was the best. This wasn't as dramatic as that, but I think it was just a series of body punches that finally caught up with him, and we will have the replay. Nonetheless, Zakos TURAROV, another good fighter, and the Nelson Lopez stable of terrific fighters. This kid is from Kazakhstan, fights out of Pahokee, Florida, and now he has a WBA minor title in the welterweight division.
Moving his record up to 20-0, 14 knockouts. He's got a lot of promise, and I think Nelson Promotions will be very, very happy to move this guy on up and try and get him into another title contention very soon.
You know, he stopped 12 of his last 13 opponents coming into this one in the USA, Colombia, the Dominican Republic. And recently they were telling us, Nelson was telling me, that he's been learning to sit down more and his punches more power shots and solid hooks to the body. All right, we'll go up to our ring announcer and we'll get this official. Here's Mike Markham.
Төртінші раундтың екінші минуты 38 секундада техникалық нокаутпен жеңіске жетті бауырымыз.
Your winner by technical knockout, Zakos TURAROV!
Şaman'a koşu götürüyoruz Azat'tayım. Hadi görüşürüz. Hadi bak.
Қазақ елім, жұртым, сіздерге мынандай кешті өткізіп бастап отқан Бауыржан ағаға рахмет. Сосын өзінің жеке спонсорым Бақтияр ағаға рахмет. Сосын қала әкіміне рахмет, осы кешті өткізуге мүмкіншілік берген. Сіздерге рахмет, осыншама қаншама біздің бүгінгі кештің еңбегі мақталып десем болады. Сіздер келіп бізге қошемет көрсеткен өте сіздерге рахмет. Қасы біздің Райнелло, біздің менеджмент, Нельсон Лопес промоутерге рахмет. Мен ағатайым осында тұр. Ардақ Назаров ағатайым өзінің кішкентайымнан бірге жүрген Амир ағамыз. Бауырларым, әкем мына жерде тұр. Рахмет сіздерге көп-көп.
Ардақ ағайынды араға қошемет етеміз. Zakos TURAROV!
All right, here we go, Bob, with the replays.
Take a look at some of the action that led to the end of the fight. There was the left hook to the body. Colonel, I don't think you could land a better liver shot right there. That was the end of the fight. The pain that goes through a body when you're hit in the liver is excruciating. I know he did his best, and I'm sure he would have wanted to get up, but it wouldn't have been the wisest course.
I don't think he could get up, to be honest with you, Bob, because that first one that, you know, when you're calling it live, you see it and you just see it bounce off the midsection. It doesn't look that big. That's why I said I really want to see the replay. And of course, the director, Ira Glass, was able to get it for us. I appreciate that. Two great shots. So that's the story. Zakos TURAROV wins in a 4th round TKO.